will get the chance to be the starting quarterback.
Yeah, absolutely. And that should happen sooner than later, Green, for a number of reasons. First of all, he could be their quarterback in the future. I don't think there's any question he has much more ability than Dillon Gabriel.
Shedeur will get the opportunity as he continues to progress and earn the trust of the coaching staff. And if he does that, look, Mike T's right. He's the most talented thrower on that roster.
Stop what you're doing right now, because this story is about to detonate your Browns narrative. For the first time ever, veterans from Cleveland's locker room are leaking whispered truths about a fifth-round rookie named Shedeur Sanders. Veteran voices, seasoned, battle-worn, are all leaning the same direction. And guess what tipped it off?
The rookie draft picks are always safe under this general manager, Andrew Berry. He does not cut his rookie draft picks the first season. So let's put Sanders and Dillon Gabriel, they're going to make the final roster.
If a living legend says a fifth-round rookie is the team's only potential star, you sit up and listen. Then comes Tony Grossi, broadcasting insider with 30 years on the beat, leaking this policy bomb. Rookie draft picks are always safe under Andrew Berry. He does not cut them their first season. Put it together and it spells one thing. Sanders isn't auditioning for a clipboard. He's being groomed for the throne. And people in Berea is scared to say it, because the locker room whispers are that real. Let's dig into early week shockwaves. Mike T's bold statement, he's the most talented thrower on that roster. Flat out, the only potential star. That's not hype. It's a scout seal of approval. He pinned Shedeur over Flacco, Pickett, even backup Watson. And why does it matter? Because Cleveland's run 5 straight top 10 offenses and welcomed Aaron Rodgers in Week 6. That gauntlet demands a star. A seasoned QB won't conjure one overnight, but a rookie prodigy just might. And that sends a message to the veteran core: change is coming. If one moment reprogrammed the narrative, that's it. It didn't just rattle fans, it rattled the room. Now, imagine Tony Grossi, after covering every Baker meltdown and Watson fiasco, twisting a mic. He says, rookie draft picks are always safe under Andrew Berry. He does not cut them the first season. Pure policy, no fluff. That means Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel are locking down 53-man roster spots. Click and signal, not maybe, not if he impresses, guaranteed. Berry's message is clear. Rookies in the system for 4 years. That announcement shattered assumptions. It didn't just land in the locker room, it crash landed. Suddenly, the starry-eyed buzz became internal gossip. Vets who were drafting schemes or running 2-minute drills, they now mentally scribble Sanders' name on the active sheet. No primitive depth chart here, just a door waiting to creak open. Everyone sees preseason depth charts, with Shedeur pegged as 4th string. But the real numbers tell a terror story. 9 different quarterbacks started for the Browns over the past 2 seasons. 4 last year, 5 the year before. That's no chart. It's a revolving door of desperation. Inside, veterans aren't buying 4th string, they're buying opportunity. An injury, a fumble, a busted bone. Suddenly you're in, and every man in that locker room recognizes the pattern. The quarterback carousel always spins, always demands relief. So Shedeur isn't a sidelines backdrop, he's a standby main act. If anything happens, the heat in the room, it's not scattered, it's focused upward. Enter the veterans. Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and somewhere in cap limbo, Deshaun Watson. Flacco just turned 40. He openly doubts whether he can endure 17 games. Pickett is on a 1-year prove-it contract. Watson? He's buried in dead cap, 0 snaps, and a distraction. That makes all 3 bridges not long-term answers. Each one could crumble at any moment. So in Berea, front logic scans like this. Keep cheap, controllable rookies locked in, ready to step up if those bridges break. The message? The future isn't waiting, it's here. And when the bridges snap, someone already with 4-year control takes over. That someone? 21. Cap hell forced Andrew Berry into a masterpiece. Watson's $36 million 0 cents dead cap held hostage, but he retaliated with 4 quarterbacks on a $7,500,000 0 cents total cap hit. That's a chess move, not a lineup move. 2 veterans, 2 rookies, both on 4-year deals. That's not an insurance policy. That's hedging with confidence. Rookie signed long-term means front office backing. And veterans notice because they see who the team trusts with cap dollars. Barry didn't gamble, he invested, not in vet failure, in rookie upside. And that kind of direction change flips locker room dynamics overnight.
They're going full recommitment to the running game involves these two rookies, plus the changes back to what they used to do in the running scheme. So it's going to be a strength of the team, I believe.
Now, let's talk whispers and vibes. TJ Houshmandzadeh says veterans he knows are genuinely spooked. The rookies aren't just backups, they're competition. No cowboy caps or bravado left unstated in interviews. They're talking about Shedeur's grasp of the offense. They're noting his film breakdowns. They're watching his off-screen questions during walkthrough. Even Flacco got cagey when asked about mentoring. His body language said, "I'm not here to pass torches yet." That level of respect isn't generated overnight. And these are men who've witnessed enough disasters, Baker, Tyrod, Mayfield redux, to smell a kicker's foot before it starts pumping. When they whisper quietly that someone might be the next starter, they're planting a seed. That seed under lights becomes headlines.
Interesting. Let me ask you, so just because Shedeur is such a, a household discussion and topic, is he the third or fourth string guy right now as camp ended?
Yeah, well, right now he's fourth. He was drafted 5th round. Dylan Gabriel was drafted in the 3rd round. That's the way they evaluated these two kids coming out of college.
Cue the gossip. Shedeur hit 101 MBH twice in a week. Red flags? Not in Berea. Grossi said if he was a 5th-round defensive tackle with off-field issues, maybe he'd be gone. But QB with a clean lifestyle and star upside, teams moved on. The Browns have let players go for bigger issues. They did not, nor will they, nuke a QB prospect over traffic fines. Inside the building, there's a shrug. In the spotlight, too many people conflate maturity with mistakes. In the locker room, they focus on each snap. That noise, white static, not worth bothering with. Grossi calls it no urgency. Critics call it patience. The truth? It's confidence. If you guarantee a roster slot and lock in 4 years of control, you don't freak out over one offseason. You prepare. Imagine other 5th-rounders. They get one camp, one preseason, then vanished. Not Sanders. The team said stay, not show something now. They said develop, not perform. That's ownership-level faith. They're accumulating experience, not risking rookie flames. And why? Because the Browns have burned through 9 QBs in 24 months. That's an insurance policy begging to be cashed. The moment chaos strikes again, they want prepared, not parachuted. Rookie hype is dime a dozen. Football IQ respect, rare. Multiple veterans say Shedeur is soaking up plays, reading defenders, applying scheme nuance, all at 21 years old. That's not talent, that's maturity. They see kids who can sling deep bombs. But IQ? That's trust currency. And it's a steal when a 5th-rounder moves like a vet. That kind of quiet competence changes what a locker room thinks. This is a frontline decision. Why carry 4 QBs at all? Easy answer, vets ask, they see it. They see Barry could have ditched a spot, he didn't. That means he's saying, I draft this rookie, I trust him enough to keep him active. That tells the locker room who actually matters. It rewrites roles, quiets debates, and refocuses pressures. This isn't a fresh start, it's Cleveland therapy. They burned Baker to back Mayfield, they traded for Watson and nearly went bankrupt. Each wreck taught them redundancy is dangerous. So now they build frameworks. 2 young QBs, policy backing, cap control, no shotgun gamble. And veterans? They're relieved. This is the first QB strategy that doesn't feel like a ticking time bomb. Reports say Shedeur is on pace to take the reins in 2025. That's not speculation, it's practice tape vibes. A big man like Stefanski wants a QB who fits his play-action-heavy, tight-end supported scheme. That guy? Shedeur. Early praise for his comfort under center, cadence reading linebackers in the box. That's a veteran sonnet unfolding. He isn't just learning worth, he's studying it. Scouts call it next-level awareness. Coaches call it maturity. Now, veterans call it respect. Cleveland's not giving up. They're closing. After every rushed QB disaster, Mayfield, Tyrod, Watson, they settled for patience. That patience is not neglect, it's investment. These rookies aren't static. They're groomed, tutored, prepared. Now the pieces align. Running game, defense, veteran bridge, example in practice. That's how you mitigate risk. That's how you build something real, Grossi, if another team loses a QB, we'll trade for a veteran, not a rookie. So that means rookies are off limits, untouchable on the radar. Some vets bless it. They love knowing rookies aren't trade bait. Others eye it and think, they expect one of us to get moved before they even consider starting them. That says, squad confidence is shifting, quietly, permanently. Deontay Johnson is Team Pickett. Cool. But other veterans, those with no past ties, they commend Sanders' leadership. Born from a brutal Colorado rebuild that roots deeper than X's and O's. That's character. It matters more than Twitter bellows. And a locker room bloodline, that's gold. Barry might draft a QB again next April. That could be rumors or capital strategy. You don't invest in one rookie and toss him. You build a stable. Shedeur's guaranteed 4 years. Another QB on the board? That's stock like reserve cash. That alleviates pressure, fuels competition. Either rookie becomes cornerstone, or the asset becomes trade value. And vets, they see that security, they respect it. Layer it all. Rookie safety, cap chests, IQ respect, patient roster building. You see the blueprint. It's the Browns' first cohesive quarterback strategy. No panic scrambles, no Bill Pied Piper plays, just slow, quiet dominance. Vets think it's genius. Based on the public quiet smiles, private approving nods, after decades of on-field and front ockers fails, this approach is revolutionary. They're no longer reacting, they're planning, and Shedeur is the focus. He's quiet, controlled, but the foundation is firm. Transparency replace panic, system replace spectacle. Vets, they talk, we hear. Picture the sequence. Flacco starts, holds strong, then age hits. Pickett steps in with guts, but stalls inside the red zone. Route cut fragments come. They chase defense running backs. Then fog lifts and attention turns to the rookie. He's had a year to build mental reps. Executors whisper, he's ready. Not hopeful, ready. Film room chimera morphs into game day force. That's readiness Cleveland hasn't seen in years. All right, Dog Pound, you've heard it. Everything's out. Cap chess, veteran signals, rookie autonomy. Now we want your take. Does Cleveland stick to the plan? Patient rollout or ignition by week 1? Is veteran praise legit or just injury talk fever? Will drafting another QB next year solidify or destabilize? Sound off below. I read every single comment. Want more insider intel that slices through narrative fluff? Smash subscribe, ring the bell, stay locked. We're witnessing Cleveland's quarterback rebirth and it's just starting. Let's ride it together.